All right, YouTube. Let's see when this thing cuts in. We got somebody on Discord. I saw that. We had here, let me see if I can read this name. El Mata Moscas. El Mata Moscas? Is that how you would say it? Is that where the name is broken up? Just joined in Discord at the 1 minute mark. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. YouTube, welcome. Title says it all, as always. I want to explain a little bit about what this video is real quick right at the beginning. So last week we did meta secondary. So a meta secondary, you know, I talked a lot about in that video, is something that, of course, with all these weapons, they all have really such a simple way to just clear crowds. Like, it's so easy for all of these weapons to just deal with most enemies on the playing field. But the issue arises when you need to have like single target DPS. So something like the Atomos and Karnan, or you know, the Gaze, like these are chain beam weapons that also have this insane ability to just ramp up damage on a single target, which is it ends up being really, really useful. And that's why it's like, yeah, you can have a lot of these really strong pistols, but not all of them are going to be kind of on the same level. So I'm going to pause this video and then we're going to get going, folks. So today's a very special day. So that's the main thing, is like what you're talking about with pistols is actually judging them a little bit more harshly in terms of like DPS and KPS. Like a lot of these weapons are like, yeah, they're super strong. And it's like in certain setups, yeah, you could probably, with certain Warframes, you could probably clear out most Necramechs with a lot of these weapons. But in the end, like there are certain weapons that just stand out way more than others. And it's like when you don't have, you don't have a Warframe buffing you, or you don't have any kind of bonuses to your pistol, like you're just relying on this pistol. And this gets into like what I talk about in a lot of my videos, which is something that I've realized it's like I'm a weirdo for, but it's like when you end up using weapons based on usage, it's like, oh, I'm just using the Cyanex. Like the Cyanex is just my least used pistol right now, so I'm just gonna have to use that. And so it's like the one thing that you can do is like when you're trying to rank up a pistol, then it's like, yeah, you just want to bring a pistol in a melee. But this is getting more into like how I play the game. But yeah, the main thing is it's like, for me to test a pistol, I found that I just go into a mission with just a pistol and a melee. And the melee oftentimes isn't even something really good. It's, you know, it's like a status only. Most of them are all slash. So it's like in the end, it's just kind of a weird way to play that ends up, you know, allowing me to judge all these weapons in a very unique and strange way. But anyway, let's get right into it. We are, 3 minutes into the video. So I'm hoping for this tier list to be about 10 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes. But yeah, I left a couple weapons off of here. You know, there's like a couple, you know, single shot like slug type weapons that have a small AoE. So I left those off because I was like, yeah, you know, it's okay. I want to keep it nice and concise. So let's get right into it. Number 1 on the list, Kuva Nukor. Good to see it at the top. But yeah, you know, I will say, I did want to mention this. In the last video, I did have someone leave a comment. And at first it was like, this comment is kind of lame. But then in the end they dropped a build, and I was like, here, let me see who their name is. DC Gaming 7897. So they dropped this build, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I see exactly what they're doing. They are turning all beam weapons into something that can literally proc every status effect in the game. And then guess what? You use the gun condition overload in place of the damage buff, and it's like, yeah, then that weapon turns into a monster. But then I was like, oh, okay, you know, the build that I use most of the time is still pretty much unchanged. Like Kuva Nukor has that build, so I will be able to show that off. Oh, I will also say, all the commenters there, I'm sure there were people in the videos, I was using amalgam barrel diffusion in the last video, and I just was like, hey, why don't I just try galvanize? Let me just see. Obviously the DPS is going to be the better choice. I'm being an idiot by not using it. But then I was like, I've gotten so used to this, you know, parkour velocity. And I was like, I went into one mission. And I was like, oh God, I can't tell the difference. Like I doesn't change how I play. So all the commenters, go leave a comment, you know, troll me, laugh at me. I'll give you that one. That's a freebie. That's a freebie for you guys. But it was bad. It was pretty good. But yeah, shout out that guy who commented and did leave a really, really cool build. Like that build is crazy. I did end up kind of not really changing a lot of my stuff because I was like, oh, Well, when you're using, galvanized shot or galvanized amplitude, like you want to have high status, but you want the base status on the weapon to still be valuable status effects. So I'm still using viral and heat. I'm still getting a lot of that bonus damage. And it means that, I'm getting viral, a fuck ton of heat, and then of course, every single status in the game. Like the higher the enemy health is, the more status they're going to have. Shout out Archon Way for dropping in at the 5-minute mark. But yeah, I mean, like, primers, this is what it is. Every status in the game, get gun condition overload, game over. That's it. So that's Kuva Nukor. That's the same for Ocucor as well. They're both very similar builds. Ocucor is very weird, but really, really strong. Really, really strong. I'm watching this in the shower. Shout out Archonway. Shout out Archonway on TikTok. That's good. I like that. Yeah, Ocucor, it has little tendrils. It grabs them. But when you need to point it at a single target, it's like, yeah, it'll kill an Eximus, but it's like, I don't know, I was like, oh God, is this acolyte actually going to struggle to die? Like I was actually in that situation. But yeah, folks, Ocucor, absolute classic, like so much fun. It is like with the augment, it's just such a weird build. Like it's such a strange, and you're going to see I have 10 forma because I was like, I could not figure out a good build for the Ocucor. I was just reforming over and over. And it's like, dude, it was awful. So Ocucor, very cool, but obviously there you go. So we're at 6 minutes. We got to move a little bit quicker. Akarius, I think like one of the most consistently spammable giant AoE pistols in the game. Like you can just dump a mag like it's nothing. Like it's so good. I'll tell you what, folks, like it's so good to just get right into the gameplay and you're just like, oh shit, I already ran out of ammo, because this thing is just so much fun. Just be like, all right, here's all the status effects, all the AoEs all at once, and it's just like so good. I mean, who doesn't love it? Like the more you get into it, the more you're like, oh my God, let me just burn through all the ammo on the entire map. Like, let me just do that, please. Very similar with the Cyanex. Akarius also has a little bit of homing, but it's just a giant AoE. But Cyanex is very weird. It's got built-in gas damage. It's got homing bullets that also ricochet. So it's just like it's spam friendly. Like, me, I use that word way too much. But it's the truth. Like you're just like, oh, this thing is easy to use. It's super simple. You just dump the mag in the direction of the enemies, and then that's all you really need to do. So really, really fun. But yes, both of these, the thing in common with Akarius and Cyanex is status only. You still get a ton of heat damage. So you're still, if you have any kind of like Arcane Avenger, or you get a good crit cat buff, like you're going to get some big heat procs, you're just going to be able to clear them out. It's one of those things where it's like the secondary encumber plus galvanized shot build only really works on weapons like Kuva, Nukor, and Ocucor that are proccing status like dozens of times a second, like at least a dozen times a second. Like such high fire rate beam weapons, just bzz, bzz, bzz. How do you put that yellow stone on your Warframe? So the yellow stone that you see on the right side is called an Archon shard, and that's part of the end game post New War content. So you're going to get that from Entrati Labs. You're going to get that from Archon hunts. So the one that I have is going to give me more energy per energy orb. So right now I get 75% more energy per energy orb. So that's what an Archon shard is. It's like the end game content. Like I'm just farming them. I've got a bunch of Tau Forge. This is an enhanced version, which is called the Tau Forge. Excuse me for muddling my way through that. Anyway, that's number 4 Cyanex. Let's keep it moving. Zakti, very similar. You do have to aim this. It's like a dart that explodes after a short duration. To equip them, you need the Helminth, which you get from Demos. So it's like a whole mess of stuff. So you get the Demos, and then you get the Archon Shard segment. I don't know. I did it a while ago. It was a while ago at this point. But yeah, when you talk about the Zakti, it's just has a short embed time, and then it blows up. So it's like you can still dump. You still want to aim towards the ground. Like if you hit an enemy with the dart, that's cool. What you really want is that gas AoE, that explosion. It's really, really good. Thoughts on me getting 5 Tau Forge Red on Dante? Give me 60%. Oh, that's sick. That's sick, dude. Toxic Vibes. Oh, that was WoW who's asking about the Archon Shards. Toxic Vibes saying 5 Tau Forged Red Archon Shards on Dante for 60% ability. That's savage, dude. That's so good. I love Dante. Shout out Toxic Vibes for following on TikTok and liking, and let's get back to the tier list. That's Zakti. You do have to aim a little bit, but Kompressa, you do not have to aim. Kompressa is a shotgun embed duration AoE. So you shoot the bubbles stick, and then the bubbles explode. The bubble damage is whatever. The explosion damage is insanely goofy. You kind of aim a little bit down so that the top of your spread is still hitting enemies in the head. Bars. But yeah, it's just a shotgun AoE. What do I say? Just shoot. You just boop, and you dump a mag, and then you dump another mag, and it's like the whole point is like you're never just using a pistol in the vacuum. You know what I mean? Like you're always using the pistol with a Warframe. You're always using it with at least a melee. I'm never going to be an idiot who's only going to go in with a pistol, because you need the melee to heal your cat. So once the usage list is all settled and I do just use whatever random weapon shows up in the list, then I'm going to use the melee weapon more than I am now. Because it's like right now I'm literally just using the Onos for a week and a half, and then it's like, okay, now it's good, and then blah blah blah, and I'm gonna do a whole video on that. So it's like you guys are like, what the hell is he talking about? Anyway, I'm going crazy. That's Kompressa shotgun AoE bubble gun. Number 7 on the list, Aegrit, I think is how you're supposed to say it. Aegrit. I say it like someone from the Mediterranean. Anyway, Toxic Vibes saying my favorite class right now is Fenmore, Kuva, Nukor, Guandao Prime. Oh my god. Fenmore. I've always said the thing about the Fenmore is that it just makes you build so weird. Anyway, the Aegrit is a thrown weapon that you detonate. So it's a true classic thrown weapon. It's got a huge AoE. It does a lot of damage. Of course, when you're using Prime Heated Charge, you're going to get this fat fucking fire proc, and it's just so good. So I love spamming this thing. It's so easy to use. It's so fun. It's so satisfying. It is very, like, of all the AoE weapons on this list, this one is probably the easiest to avoid getting blown up by, but I swear to God, I'll get blown up by 11 times by all these ones. Anyway, that's Aegrit, toss, blow up, classic Talons, Sancti Kastanas, this is the best version of that. Anyway, that's number 7. Number 8 on the list, Tenet Plinx. Tenet Plinx. Oh my god. Tenet Plinx, the alt fire is going to pull enemies in, and then it's going to detonate. And that's the whole gimmick. It does a zillion damage. It does like 100,000 damage. I don't even remember. It's probably like 20,000. It's a lot of damage. And then it's got like guaranteed 100% crit chance. So it's really, really savage. Archon Way says, use Gloom. You can get max slow, easy, good for endurance, and get fits for requirements. Are you talking about Protea? Dude, I'm ready to play Protea for like a long time. To get a shield frame that I actually get to play is like so good. Yeah. No, I pretty much never use Gloom. I put Roar in place of her 4th, and it's just so much fun. Anyway, Tenet Plinx, pull them in, detonate. It takes a very long time to recharge, so it's pretty slow, but it makes you use it properly. And then, yeah, it's really, really fun. Maybe not the best. That's why it's number 8 on the list. But the only one that's below that is Grimoire. Grimoire is fucking weird. I have a Riven for it. It's still really weird. Like, it's right on the cusp where it's like, oh my god, it does a lot of damage. Of course, it has a lot of electricity damage, so you got to do like corrosive heat, basically, is what I set it up as. It's got decent crit. Like, that's what it's like, 60% crit, so it's like pretty low on the normal fire, but it's like, but then you do the alt fire and it's like, oh my god, okay. So it's like you try to just keep the alt fire charged at all times. I've been using her for the second. I got her on this new account. Dude, I mean, that's the thing. What about the Atomos? It shreds in deeper. Yeah, no, but the Atomos is a meta weapon. The Atomos is in the tier above this. Like, the Atomos is the best weapon. Like, the Atomos is 15 weapons above the Kuva Nukor. That's where I put the Atomos. It's so fucking good. Tenet Plinx for easy idle. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Anyway, Grimoire. Yeah, it's cool. You can strip armor with the tome mod. Like, you can pull all armor in an area. The alt fire is insanely strong, but it's still really weird. I have the Incarnate version. Yeah. The Atomos Incarnate is so savage. Not the best though, but yeah. No, I haven't done Eidolons in a while. Anyway, that's the tier list, folks. That was 15 minutes, so still a little off, but I did have to explain it a little bit. So without further ado, folks, are you excited or what? Let's do some builds. Speed run it, of course, as always. It's 15 minutes on the dot, so let's get right into it. Oh my god, secondary encumber. Shout out. I mentioned them at the beginning of the video. All I did was I replaced Hornet Strike with Galvanized Shot, and then I kept, Viral and Heat. Because I was like, oh, if I'm going to have 150 status, if I'm going to have 150% status, why not still have Viral and Heat? Because it's like, oh yeah, then I just have guaranteed Viral and Heat, and then I guess what I'll get corrosive and every other status in the game, so it's kind of cool. So 150 on the status is really, really nice. Secondary encumber, of course, going to give you that random element proc, 24% chance to trigger a second random element on status effects. So that means like, the numbers so you got 16 ticks per second. That's how fast it shoots. I do have a bonus of the toxin, so I wish I could set it up better, but that's just kind of how it goes. I could honestly say replace this with fire. Like this would be better in this situation, because it's like, yeah, I'm still having to get toxin or viral fire, so I would say replace that and then just bump fire up even more, and then you can get like 300 fire stacks, and then the secret hack is like, oh, you only have 20% crit. The fire rate is 16, so that means 1 in 5 ticks are proccing crit. So that means like with 16, 1 in 5, you're talking like maybe 3.1. So 3 out of every 16 ticks are 10 times damage, and then it's like, oh, you get a 10 times damage tick with a heat tick, and then you just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. It's like, oh my god, dude. And that's the thing, it's like the builds are the builds, but it's like you can figure out a funky weird way to like take somebody's idea and be like, oh, I love that idea, let's flip-flop it a little bit. I am Galaxion, what is it, Tenet Galaxion and Kuva Sobek. I am gonna get those, so I am gonna replace this Kuva Nukor with a fire Kuva Nukor, because I think that's going to be more savage. Anyway, let's get right into it. The Riven, of course, cold crit chance ammo maximum. It's not very good. I went from 20 to 24, but it's like, what does that mean? Instead of 1 in 5, it's like maybe close to 1 in 4. So I'll get 4 10 times damage procs instead of 3. So it's like, yeah, take it or leave it, folks. I like the ammo maximum. That's really good too. 280 is pretty nice. So overall, it's like I kind of just took what I could get. So of course, galvanized diffusion. Now I'm using it. I'm not a scrub. I'm not a foolish human. Anyway, that's Kuva Nukor. Ocucor, very weird one. Ocucor, honestly, feedback is very welcome on Ocucor build. Right now the build is just, oh, that's what I did. Okay, so what I did is I put Scorch and Hornet Strike. So it's like when you look at the status, it's still 21% heat, 32% radiation. So it's still pretty low on the heat. And this is where it's like, I'm kind of up for feedback. I still put in Galvanized Shot because that's the secret hack in the end. Fire rate of 19 is really important. But yeah, I mean, the whole gimmick is that you have infinite ammo. Like you can literally shoot it forever as long as you're shooting trash mobs. So you're going to get a lot of heat procs, and with 57, that's still pretty good. So in the end, it stacks up pretty quick. Anything that survives a couple hits will keep surviving until they get a zillion status procs, and then Galvanized Shot will catch up with them all at once. So that's kind of what I've realized. Stacks up to 3 times. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, here we go. And then the weirdest one, of course, is this is the situation that I'm in right now. This is the second weapon that's come out that I have to roll either Toxin Cold or Toxin Electricity if I want to like get the build that I want. And then now I end up with this funky ass build. Literally, I rolled this 180 times to get Toxin Electricity. So now I have built-in corrosive and heat. It's so weird. And then, yeah, this is 200% corrosive and 165% heat. So it's insanely weird numbers. 43% status. So it's like, yeah, in the end, the status is still similar, but now radiation is way at the bottom. So it's like, yeah, oh my god, what a weird weapon. But you can see 10 forma. I've been fiddling with this weapon and doing weird shit with it, and for God knows how long. What about the Tenet? What am I missing? But can still one tap Eidolon. Only issue is don't miss. Felarc's damage is insane. True. Proboscis Cernos with Protea. Just run it. 5 minutes, should trust me. Well, I'm playing pistols, so I gotta show off the pistols. What about the Tenet Archiplasma? Where would you rank that? Tenet Archiplasma was a meta primary. It wasn't like the highest. It was maybe like top 10 meta primaries, maybe top 15 meta primaries. It was still really, because it is like the best example of like infinite body puncher. Like, you can just shoot through infinite enemies, just clear them out, and you bounce it off the ground. It's so savage. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Yep, secondary encumber, same build. I mean, very similar. It's such a... If you want to go for this Riven, that's your choice. I do not sanction it. I think it's crazy. That's Ocucor. We're slowing down a bit. It's 720. We got to speed this up. Akarius, I still need to rank it up. Normal build is just stacking damage, and that's it. So we still have viral heat. So we look at the explosive. We're getting 30,000 damage. Heat is 32. Viral is 23. So with a status range of 74, you're doing pretty well. And of course, you're going to get a bonus from the galvanized diffusion. So in the end, you're kind of rocking and rolling. But yeah, let's come over here. Okay, here we go. Cold multi-shot, pretty savage. So you're getting base multi-shot on top of galvanized diffusion now. So it's like, dude, insanity. I'll just let you look at the build for now. I mean, it's exactly the same stats, but oh, that's interesting. It's exactly the same stats, but it's 31,000 damage. But I've got bonus multi-shot. Oh, because it's... Oh, interesting. Because I don't have... Oh, because I put Magnum Force in here. But now I have Scorch in here, so it's favoring heat even more. So if I come over here, it's 38% heat. 74% status. So it's like, I'm favoring heat. Oh, that's an interesting choice. I kind of like that. It's a little bit weird. I don't remember that. Groups them. Then it does multi-status. Use for second insta-kill. What are you talking about? Archon Way. Oh, yeah. Proboscis Cernos. Well, dude, that's the thing is, like, when I get into the Protea, I'm gonna have to stop myself from just spamming Blaze Artillery like 24/7. That is like the favorite strat for me, is just get in an arena, get in a circular area, just run around fucking spamming 2. As long as Roar is active, you're just spamming. Like, I have to avoid it. I really have to avoid it. Number 3 on the list, that is Akarius. Number 4 on the list, Cyanex. Once again, 9 Forma. If you're smart, you shouldn't be putting 9 Forma on a pistol, but I'm trying to make it work. I'm got all these funky builds. Galvanized Shot, once again, simple choice. It's only going to affect the dart. It's not going to affect the AoE, but in the end, I was like, I can't really decide if there would be a better choice. The other choice would be, whatchamacallit? The damage mod. Yeah. You would put the damage mod in there, and I would say that would actually probably be a better choice. Yeah, that's my... Oh, but I think probably what I wanted to do is get over 100% status. So I would say that would probably be a decent choice. Obviously, like, yeah, the galvanized shot effect isn't really going to benefit you a whole lot. I mean, it might affect you if you dump 2 clips into a group of enemies, but I would say, yeah, you could totally replace that with, you know, either... Whatchamacallit? You could replace it with Augur Pack to just boost the damage, or you could replace it with Magnum Force to boost it more, but it would kind of make it spread. But it has auto homing, so, you know, do what you want. But I would say having over 100% status is pretty good. But, you know, it's still a very similar AoE build. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird one. I mean, the damage heat combo is pretty good on this because you do get, you know, still the stats that you want. So you're proccing a lot of heat. And then, yeah, you get the gas. So it's like you're getting really, really nice stats. So you just kind of run through. You burn a lot of ammo, but you reload super fast. It's a 1.7 second reload, so it's so good. So that's Cyanex. Number 5 on the list is Zakti. I mean, it's like I haven't played a lot of these weapons in a long time. But, yeah, this is probably the build that I would have said. But, yeah, that's because Zakti has 100% status. So that's the difference in this situation. That's a lot of status to read, but you're looking at 59% heat and 31% viral alongside 26% gas. So pretty like normalized stats, pretty easy to understand. I am rocking Scorch and Prime Heated Charge, so I'm really leaning into that. So you're getting a lot of heat damage. And then you come over here and you're talking about damage, crit damage, status chance. Now that is a weird one, because crit damage is literally useless. What is this? This is replacing Augur Pact, because this is double the damage from Augur Pact. So there you go. There's the choice. 150% status. But why am I rocking crit multiplier? Why would I ever do that? Well, a lot of my Warframes have either Arcane Avenger, and all of them have crit cat. So in the end, an 8% crit is totally fine. Totally fine, folks. You can get some weird numbers. Trust me, you'll see it. You'll be like, what the hell is this guy doing? What is he smoking on? Right now, Protea Prime does have Arcane Avenger. I have figured out a way to put Arcane Avenger on every frame that I want. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever done. I will die on that sword. I will die on that sword, folks. 10 forma for number 6 on the list, Kompressa. Once again, I fucked this thing up. I fucked it up royally. And I still have the wrong polarity. 84% status is pretty good. But yeah, you're seeing 9,700 damage. And it's, look at this, it's dead even. Fire and viral, which is just crazy because, of course, it has built-in cold damage because it's a, it's a bubble weapon. So you still come to the stats 42 and 41, so very similar. But yeah, it goes crazy. Magnum Force, you could replace this with Augur Pact. What is it? Yeah, that's the one, right? Yeah, Augur Pact. But yeah, I feel like it's like, yeah, it's okay if it's less accurate. That's totally fine. And of course, the Riven in this case is cold status chance toxin. So that is an insane one. That is, of course, a double unicorn. That's literally saving me viral. I just get free viral and the status chance built in. So I still lose some status, but now I can just rock like a fuck ton of, oh my God. And then the stats, of course, look at that. Still viral is more. After all this, Scorch, Prime Heated Charge, double damage buff, 12,000 damage. I mean, god damn. It just does a lot of damage. It's so good. I use Arcane Blessing with her, and then I need a Guardian. Dude. Well, I just use Arcane Aegis, and then as long as I keep the shield drones. But the shield drones have a cool mechanic. I like how they break. Like when your shield gate breaks, like they just pop. I think it's kind of cool. It makes you spam your abilities way more. I love it. It's like, yeah, that's why the dispensary is just savage. That was number 6 on the list. Number 7 on the list is Aegrit. No Riven needed. Just a bog standard crit build. Obviously, fire rate doesn't matter, so you're rocking 100% crit. And then, of course, when you come to the stats, it's 17% heat, 13% viral. So you've got decent heat damage or like decent stat scaling, so it's just 165, so it's pretty basic. But yeah, it just does a lot of damage, 26,000 damage, so with 100% crit and a 4x multiplier. So you add a little bit of Arcane Avenger to that, you add literally anything to that, and it's just fucking hilarious. It's so good. That's Aegrit. That might be the fastest build we've ever done. It's just a thrown weapon that explodes, folks. It's very simple to understand. Throw, activate, boom. That's it. Okay, number 8 on the list is Tenet Plinx. We're at 728. We might do this in a half an hour and actually have like a full hour of gameplay. You guys might eat good. I don't need a Riven for this one. We are rocking 120% crit chance with a 6.3 multiplier on the AoE. Explosion damage is 22,000, and the initial hit is also 4,400. So if you want to shoot a Necramech in the face, you definitely can. I'll tell you that. 6 meter AoE, that's also the pull range, so you'll be able to pull in that range. So you pull them in, and then it detonates. Stat spread, you're looking at 21% heat, 13% viral, so pretty good overall with radiation as well, so not bad. And yeah, the charge rate is still 0.5. But the thing is that the magazine recharge is going to be the slow part. And of course, I do have suppress in here. So with a fat fucking mod pool, you might as well just throw suppress on there as a fun little gimmick. It's hilarious. It's so much fun. Anyway, that's number 8 on the list, Tenet Plinx, and number 9 on the list, the last one, Grimoire, the weird guy, the oddball, the strange man. Pretty normal build. Of course, you're rocking 264 heat, 352 viral on the normal attack. But of course, the big hit, the big ball is going to do big numbers. So you're going to see it. You're going to love it. Crit is still pretty low, but the thing is, like, that's what I'm getting into, folks. 60 becomes way more when you have any kind of other war. Like, I have way too many Warframes at this point that have Arcane Avenger. Like, it's hilarious to me how many I have. It's just like, dude, it's the best. Anyway, here we go. Toxin Electricity. That's literally just a double unicorn. So now I can rock Scorch and Prime Heated Charge. And then the numbers end up at 360 heat, 338 corrosive, with 1800 damage on the AoE. So the thing is, you do have to aim the bullets, but you basically just want to keep the ball active at all times. If your ball isn't active, you're failing. Men, just remember that forever. If your ball isn't, yeah. Anyway, should we play some game? Should we play Warframe? Half an hour into a YouTube video, should we play Warframe? Oh my God, you guys are lucky. I mean, I feel like I'm trolling you, but I do also want to say, now that we're getting into gameplay, before I actually start the gameplay, like, we'll get into it when we get into Lua, but I am excited, folks. I don't know if you guys have looked at the stats. Of course, I am using Protea Prime. I will show off the build real quick. Archon Vitality is mandatory. Of course, she's a shield frame, so yeah, you're going to use Prime Redirection. She gets the 100% strength bonus, so I am rocking Roar with 283 when you cast it properly. And then, of course, add Growing Power to that. Yeah, it's just strength and duration. Do I know how to make a buff build or what? Am I good at it or what? Archon Vitality is going to double heat procs on Blaze Artillery. So let's get into the gameplay. Of course, I did also mention it about 500 times, but yes, I am rocking Arcane Avenger, and I am using... Oh! For 53... No way! No way! No. I was like, I should do an Omnia Fissure. I would be so blessed if that Omnia Fissure was on Circulus. And folks, as if God came down and kissed me on the forehead, he gives me an Omnia Fissure on Circulus. Oh wait, I did the wrong mission. I need to do this. Yes. And I'm gonna go for Forma. I'm gonna do an unupgraded relic for Forma. Oh, folks, we're eating good. It's a great start. We're going for 5 minutes in conjunction. Obviously, I'm not gonna fight Necramech because that's the point. Is these guys not necessarily always gonna be up against a Necramech.
Accept your death.
More just able to completely map wipe. So let's swap and let's get right on with the gameplay. As you're seeing, you get big damage. This is a Rivened gameplay, as always. I am gonna indulge myself a little bit, as it were. You're gonna notice I have a Tau Forged yellow shard, so I'm getting a lot of bonus energy from energy orbs. It's crazy, folks. How many energy orbs I see on the playing field, like in this game. I'm like burning through energy when I shouldn't be. I'm gonna die, but I want to see which map this is. Ooh, this is a good map. This is a good spawn as well. So I'm gonna put a bubble down right here. I'm gonna put this down and then this down, and then guess what? We're gonna do a little bit of double dipping. I'm gonna cast Blaze Artillery, and then we're gonna get a Growing Power proc, and we are gonna get 129% from Roar. And now from now on, I am just gonna cast Grenade Fans and I'm going to use Kuva Nukor. That's it. So we're just showing off Kuva Nukor. That's it. The reload speed is a little slow, but you're not going to have to worry about it too much. But yeah, for the most part, what I would say is stay near your grenade fans, because every time your shield breaks, you're going to just pick up another one. So they'll stay active for a while. So, you know, in the event that your shield does break, you'll still have extra on the playing field. So for now, what I'm going to do... Oh, it looks like he's going to go down there, so I might keep them over here, so I might kind of stand in this area. We're going to get Dispensary going. I'm going to recast this. And then there you go, folks. We're just going to keep on cruising. So I will say Roar is up to be reused, so I'm going to do that as well. Alright, so Roar is up, so we're going to keep that going, recast that. We're getting 123 on that, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I mean, you're seeing it. Kuva Nukor, when you're just dealing with trash mobs, when you're clearing out level 200, you're just nuking them, you're just deleting them. Stupid. I'm getting over 100% crit chance. You're noticing that as well when I'm using Arcane Avenger. So that's the gameplay that you're talking about, folks. And that's one of the secret reasons. I mean, obviously not very secret, but one of the reasons that I don't really play with the Fen more is that it does... That dude does not want you to have crit. I mean, I think there's another one that's also pretty good that people talk about, but... Excuse me, that people talk about, but... in the end, I don't know. Like, I think, yeah, they mentioned it on the Latum, but I don't know if it's the same for the Fenmore, but yeah, they said the Latum, there's another one, another attrition, the last upgrade, that it's like, as long as you, like, any shot that isn't crit or status, you get like a damage bonus for a short duration, for like 10 seconds or something. Gonna cast some grenade fans. Roar is also up, so I'm gonna cast this. And now we just kind of hold it on enemies until they die. And we could actually probably just keep it held down continuously if we wanted to. I guess... Oh no, it's still only 2 minutes in. I think I also had melee damage bonus, so I'm not even taking advantage of that. But yeah, this is the gameplay, folks. I'm just using Protea for a little bit of bonuses. That's it right now. Okay, we're not going to get the bonus anymore, so we're going to come back over here and just hang out. Okay, let's do this. Let's get another grenade fan. As you can see, I literally have not had grenade fan active at all, because this weapon is just like cruising on through. Just feeling so goofy, so silly. Alright, folks. But yeah, I mean, not to say that Kuva Nukor isn't strong to put it in the S tier category, but it's like, yeah, literally all I did to test all of the pistols that I've ever played regularly is I just took them into a level 160 Entrati Laboratory Survival, and I just fought a Necramech with Revenant, where I was just like not using any buffs. Like, I wasn't doing anything to make myself stronger. I was just like shooting the Necramech. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like do any synergies, I'm just gonna fucking shoot them. And a lot of them I was like, ooh, this is not juicy at all. Like, let's see. Oh, this is Mania. Is he gonna just futz with my gameplay? Yeah, we'll just delete him then. Goodbye, Mania. Goodbye. There you go. And that's the thing, folks. It's like, if I'm in a stressful situation, I'll still have a melee weapon. I mean, obviously, if it's an actual melee weapon, I'll have to get close, and that a lot of times will get me killed from an acolyte, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, this one will be really simple, because it's like, yeah, as soon as the relic mission ticks over, then we're done. We'll just leave, because I just want Forma. That's all I care about, folks. I mean, I'm always using Forma. I always have a need for Forma. Yeah, at this point, this is all that I need Forma for, is just, oh yeah, here's here's me making a tier list so I can just play 7 different weapons. Like, I'm right now, you know, oh, I forgot to mention this as well, but like, part of where I'm at right now is that, dude, I'm at 495 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm at the point where it's like, the next step, like 5 more subscribers, and then guess what? People can start joining me on YouTube. And then it's like, yeah, now I have subscriptions. Jesus. Now I have subscriptions on TikTok and YouTube. And it's like, I can already use TikTok. It's already comfortable. So at that point, then I think the content would probably change. Like, you know, the goal that I'm still working towards. Oh, nice. Forma blueprint. Exactly what I want. The goal that I'm working towards right now is I still want that 4,000 watch hours. So, you know, we've still got a lot of different, like, tier lists, a lot of different, like, tutorial-style videos that I'm going to be doing on stream. These are things that are, like, completely unscripted. They're, like, somewhat structured, but, you know, like, next week we're doing best art guns. After that, we're doing, like, 3 different videos on melee weapons. And then I'm also talking about all the different Rivens that I have. So I wanted to do a whole series about all these weird... You know, when you accumulate so many Rivens, it's like, I want to show there. I've got some weird primary Rivens. Like, so many of the primary weapons that I use, I only mainly use them because I have a Riven that just turns it into an absolute monster. Like, there's so many Rivens that are just fucking crazy. And I'm just like, dude, how did I roll this? How did I? And then it's just like, that's why I always buy unrolled Rivens. Because the whole point of a Riven is to roll it. You got to get the Kuva. You got to farm it out. You get hundreds of thousands of Kuva now. It's so easy to get Kuva. You get 35,000 Kuva from just logging in every day and going to Archimedia Yanta and buying a Void Plume Pinion. You don't even have to play any missions in the Zariman. You just need 5 Void Plume Pinions, and then you give it to her once a week, and you get 35,000 Kuva. And you can do that forever. Every week, once a week, every day, log in, get the Pinion, and then you'll just have free Void. You'll just have free Kuva. And then as long as you're doing missions that have Eximus and you're playing for a decent chunk of time, why am I over here? Why am I in this section? I need to be over here. As long as you're playing in, missions that have decent Eximus spawns, or like you play for a decent amount of time, you use something like the Ocucor. You run around, you kill a bunch of Eximus, and you go wild. So let's have some more fun, folks. This is very exciting. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is great. Oh my god. I couldn't have asked for a better role. This is immensely satisfying. Let's just get right into it, folks. We do have 1,000 likes, so shout out TikTok as always. But yeah, the whole point is like, I want to do more gameplay streams. I'm tired of doing all these tier lists. Like in the end, there are a limited number of tier lists that I can do, and that's part of the whole idea. Is it's like I'm doing these because yeah, they're great and they're very consistent and they're very easy to structure, and I can map out like a full like 6 months worth of tier lists. Like essentially, yeah, like I mapped out 25 weeks of content, which is half a year almost, give or take. And the whole point is like, yeah, you get it all settled. You're like, oh, it's actually pretty cut and dry to understand what needs to get, reviewed in Warframe. Like there's different categories, there's different ways you can group them. Like it was nice. I'm glad I was smart enough to give 2 videos per weapon class. Like it's not just all the primaries all at once. Like I broke it down so it's like 15 or less. Like I try to do 15 or less because it's just like it's really overwhelming when it's like I'm reviewing 20 weapons and then it's like an hour and a half. But this way it's like you watch for a half hour and you get all the builds, and then you watch for another hour and you get to see me play like almost all the weapons. Like we're gonna get through like maybe 7 or 8. If I get through the full tier list, this is going to be like a game changer build. But yeah, you're seeing that Eximus. That's the kind of number you're talking about. I'm going to get Dispensary down. I'm going to actually hit this as well. I probably should have done that. We're going to hit this. I'm going to just do this a little bit. And then now that I have this all active, we're going to hit this. And then now we are fully buffed, ready to go. 1 Blaze Artillery for the road. And now we are just cruising and bruising. You're seeing it. Like, decent amounts of corrosive procs, but yeah, these things are just done for. Like, they just don't exist. They're gone. They don't exist. They never did exist. They're cringe. They're losers. You can hear it, folks. The Trump voice is slipping out. They're cringe. They're losers. They don't know what they're talking about. It always comes out, folks. Every stream, once I get into the gameplay moments, it's just like hilarious, dude. Oh, I know why I'm getting corrosive procs, because I have corrosive damage built in. So I want to see if I get any viral procs, but they aren't really living long enough to see if I have viral procs. So super satisfying, super great. And in the end, I can just cast Blaze Artillery if I need to use my roar buff. So always keep that in mind, folks. We are just spamming it. Melee weapon damage increase. That's cringe. That's cringe. Oh, we can actually just cast this again. Okay, perfect. We'll get the growing power buff. We'll get that. And then now we are just cruising. Look at these numbers, folks. I mean, yeah, Arcane Avenger goes crazy. Like, this is just hilarious. And it's just level 200. So it's like, yeah, it starts at 200, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I'm not doing this for like an hour. I'll maybe do it for an hour. It's nice to do the fissures because, yeah, you do get like a lot of bonuses for like, doing a lot of relics. So that's what I've been thinking, is just doing a bunch of Omnia Fissures. But it's like, yeah, I'm not doing like a Void Cascade Omnia Fissure, but there's always 2 Omnia Fissures, so I'm never screwed. I'm never like totally up a creek with no paddle. And you can see I've literally not kept my buff active. I haven't even revived Crit Cat. He's just like sitting there. He's just dying. I'm not helping him at all. I'm just sitting here. So let's do this. Let's keep moving. But yeah, the gameplay is going swimmingly, folks. I mean, is Protea fucking strong or what? Tell me what, folks. Tell it to me. I'm going to cast another Grenade Fan, and then we're going to get that incredible roar buff. And yeah, you're seeing, folks, like, this is the thing. Protea is a perfect choice for these guys. Like, turning them into monsters. Just running around like crazy. You're like, what is this? Like, what are these numbers? And that's the power of Arcane Avenger. It's like any frame that doesn't have energy issues and doesn't have survivability issues is usually fine with one survivability arcane. And then the other arcane can either be Molt Augmented, Molt Vigor, you know, you're talking about Arcane Avenger. So all of these are essentially just damage buffs. Like, they're ways for you to buff yourself. And in different unique ways. You know, Nourish is a good example. Zada's Whisper is a good example. So they're all simple choices that directly augment everything you do. I mean, some of them don't augment your abilities, but yeah, like Protea, for example, you use Roar, and that is going to augment your Blaze Artillery. And now I can just look at him, and he's going to get that big damage as long as I have Roar active, which I do not. And now you're going to see those numbers stack up. There you go, folks. And that's how you deal with it, folks. So Protea, the Protea build is coming out on Sunday. I did manage to make an entire Warframe build in one day, so patting myself on the back right there. I did record it later in the day, so I hope I don't sound as dead. But yeah, she is so much fun. I'm making a prediction that somebody's going to make fun of me for how I say temporal anchor, because I do say it like a Midwestern kid. I'm like, temporal anchor. I say it really harsh. And it's like, I heard it and I was like, oh god, somebody's gonna fucking troll me. I know it. I can smell it. I know these things, folks. At this point, I've been making videos long enough, so that's my prediction. Jesus, I'm trying to come out a little bit ahead of the curve, but you never know. So, I mean, folks, what are we talking about? It's 4:54. We've got the acolyte spawn, so as soon as it hits 5 minutes, we are out of here, folks. We're not staying. Hitting that. I'm moving this direction as always. Come on, tick up, tick up. Come on, give me a Forma. Give me a Forma. You can see my rolling is not affected. Burstin, whatever. My rolling is not affected by not using Amalgam Barrel Diffusion. So yeah, troll me in the comments. You know, I deserve it. I deserve it. I was using Amalgam Barrel Diffusion for way too long, and it was basically useless. Nightwave, Iron Wake, Steel Path, Sortie, Archon for a lot of Kuva. Yeah, dude, exactly. Nightwave, easy. Iron, yeah, that's the other one. Like Riven Slivers. As long as you're doing actual gameplay, you're not doing ESO. You're getting Riven Slivers, and that's actually a good reason when you're leveling a Warframe to do like a survival mission. Like to do like a solo survival, because you'll actually level up a lot, and then also get Riven Slivers. Yeah, Nightwave. Yeah, Sorties. Yeah, Archons. Yeah. Steel Path. Yeah. By chance, do you have any Korra parts? I seem to be missing a few Prime parts. I don't even know if I keep Prime parts anymore. I think this Burstin might be the only Prime part that I have, because usually I just sell them for ducats immediately. I don't even keep them. I used to have a bunch. I would keep so many, but I don't think I have any anymore. Anyway, that's number 2 on the list. Ocucor, here we go. One of my faves, one that needs to be ranked up. This is Akarius Prime. We are at 747. We are cruising. Top speeds. Classic gameplay, as always. Let's get right into it with even more of the good stuff. Forma going in. I mean, folks, is it good or what? Like, oh... The S tiers are fun. Like, that's the thing, is a lot of them are crazy. And they have all these weird mechanics. But Akarius is just I think it's 8 meters. I think it's an 8 meter AoE. But yeah, as soon as you stack any kind of anything up, you're just going crazy. Once I get that Arcane Avenger buff going, once I get Roar going, like, it's just going to be way too much fun. So keep it moving, folks. It's just way too easy. Like, so simple. I'm moving at full speed with this shit. The enemies are going to be next to me. I'm going to stand right here and just wait for them. I'm going to get a drink of water and we're going to go right into it. So let's just wait for the enemies. You can see I have Arcane Aegis. They can't touch my shields. There's not enough enemies around me to deal any damage to my shields. So we're good to go. I'm waiting for Black and White Man, as always. I'm close enough that I can do this. And then drop this thing. Oh, he's actually just right next to me now. Okay, there's the buff. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. We're going to cast a single Blaze Artillery, and then we're going to get Roar going. And then now we are fully torqued and ready to go. Oh, fuck. He stole my gun. Stole my gun. And now all we have to do is not blow ourselves up and shoot one shot at a time. So you shoot 2 bullets in one go. So keep that in mind. You essentially only have 5 shots in the mag, so do not fall off the edge. There you go. Easy choice. Do not fall off the edge. Oh, nice. Excellent plays. I'm going to hit this. I'm definitely going to hit Grenade Fan because I'm about to die. Did I hit that in time? Staggered myself. Do not care. And we're gone. Okay, here we go, folks. Too easy. Oh, we got a whole bunch of what are they called? Arson Eximus. I know this game. I know how this game works. And now I'm actually cruising. So the gameplay has begun, folks. That's all I can really say is the gameplay has begun. I'm cruising at full speeds. I'm trying not to look like an idiot, but these fucking Arson Eximus can die. Oh, I recast the wrong ability. That's insane. Oh, but I did drop it in the air. That's pretty sick. Oh, I keep blowing myself up. Do you see, folks? What did I tell you? There was one thing that I didn't want to do. I didn't want to blow myself up. And what did I do? I blew myself up like 5 times in a row. So I'm fucking up. The Arctic Eximus little bubble. I hate it. I don't love it. I don't want it anywhere near me. I'm just dropping a bunch of shield orbs so I can cast Roar and I can actually play the game properly. So now I'm actually playing the game properly. Somebody stole my gun again. This is like the best gameplay you've ever seen. We had Starstruck follow on TikTok. Shout out Starstruck. I hope you're enjoying me embarrassing myself. I need to cast Dispensary. I need to cast a shield bubble. And then I need to be better about just dumping my mag. I see this enemy needs to die. There's just one too many Arson Eximuses on the field right now. So let's do this. Oh, I see why. Because guess what, folks? Hey, folks, do you think that Arson Eximus are weak to fire damage? Do you think that's the truth? Or am I dead? Am I dead? Give me 1 second, folks. Is there like actually a zillion Arson Eximus on the playing field right now? I don't know how I'm alive right now. But yeah, I'm getting absolutely trolled. I'm getting absolutely trolled right now. So let's do this. Let's hit this. And then there you go, folks. So you're seeing it. You know, you need to be a little bit higher in the air. And you kind of just need to like dump your whole mag. And then you're going to play a little bit better. So forgive me for not remembering how to play the Akarius Prime. But it does have the weakness. That's why you're seeing it is number 3 on the list. But if you can play your cards right, you'll be doing just fine with it. You can see it is a little bit of a mag dump, but folks, is there a lot of ammo on the ground? Do you see all this ammo on the ground? Like, oh god, can I not hit the pillars? Like, folks, say it. I'm bad at the game. What am I missing? Is Protea Prime better than regular Protea? Yeah, honestly not. She doesn't really benefit from it. She gets more armor, which is kind of nice, but the more energy is kind of a given, but yeah, you don't really need Protea Prime. Like, if you want to get a super strong frame, you can totally use normal Protea. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit Grenade Fan. And then I'm going to just delete this guy. Come on. Let's do it. He's got a bunch of debuffs. I'll just click him real quick. He's going to get all juiced up. Oh, I need to roll out of this. This might be a situation where I just use that ability and then do the same for this guy. Okay, here we go. Get that bonus damage. Oh, that just straight up killed them. Oh, no, it didn't. There you go. Okay. I need Grenade Fan. I need to snag these real quick. We're going to recast Dispensary. Don't want to shoot into myself. Tell me I'm bad at the game, folks. Tell me. I'll tell you. We're going to hit that real quick. We're going to move on through. I mean, yeah, we're at 4 minutes 57, so we're just going to run away when we finish. But there you go, folks. That's the gameplay for you. We dealt with the... Oh, and there's me falling off the edge. There we go. That's perfect. They're weak to fire damage. Oh, I got Scourge. Oh, nice. That's a good one. Love it. Love it. Okay, number 3 on the list, Akarius. We're moving on through, folks. Yeah, as you can see, if you're good at not shooting yourself, then it's great. But I'm not good at that. I'm actually very bad at not knocking myself back. So, once again, the same result as in a lot of situations where I'm like, oh shit, I'm struggling. What are we saying? Archonway saying barely. Yeah, Tyrese is saying, how long have you been in the survival? Literally 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes at this point. Yeah, as you can see, Akarius, pretty good, but pretty eh. Does not have
It is done.
crazy numbers. I'm wondering now, what about the Cyanex? That's the question. I do think that the gas damage might go crazy, so we'll have to test that and see, but it's going to be fun, folks. I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. The Trump voice is coming out again, so I apologize, as always. But yeah, it's super easy, super fun. Let's do it. Cyanex is next. We are at 754, so still moving at top speed, moving exactly how we should. Let's go on to the Cyanex, excuse me. Let's do it. Of course, rivened up, ready to go. And yeah, that's the only thing I'm changing, so let's go right in, folks. Here we go. It's exciting. I mean, is it good? Yeah, I'll tell you what. I love the gas explosion. It's going to be similar with the Zakti. Yeah, we're probably going to get through 6, maybe 7. I might get to the Aegrit. I might get to the Tenet Plinx. I should get to the Aegrit because, yeah, we're at 755 and we're at number 4 on the list. So we're still moving pretty quick. So, yeah, let's just do it.
Your respect.
There you go. Oh, that was just the explosive barrel killing them. That's kind of lame. Here, let's do this. It might be that the Cyanex is going to give me more benefit by kind of setting up enemies for taking a lot of damage from the glaive. So let's just try that. What kind of spawn do we get? Oh, is it a juicy one? It is a good one. It is a really good one. So we're going to come over here and just do this right off the bat. I'm going to spam grenade fan real quick. I'm going to let this bitch reload all the way. There you go, folks. Let it spread. Oh, it's actually not doing a lot of damage, but I guess. There you go. I'm a little intrigued. Let's get the roar buff going. Let's really put it through its paces. Because that's the thing is I haven't played this build. Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't actually played this build in a long time. So this, my friends, will be a good test. We're going to hit him with this. We're going to hit this. And then, of course, we have the roar buff. So we're going to get that going. So let's do roar buff. And then let's give it a shot. We need to dump the whole mag. There you go. Doing a little bit better. You're still getting enough ammo. And I think that's the main thing is as long as you're getting a fuck ton of ammo, you should be okay. And yeah, there you go. I guess, yeah, when you have both of the buffs going, I should probably avoid that shit, and I should actually be claiming my energy from the dispensary. So shout out dispensary as always. Oh god, that's lame. Anyway, keep moving. Keep my grenade fan active. Goodness gracious. I thought I was better than that, folks. I thought I was better than that. Here, we're going to hit this. We're going to go like that. We're going to cast this again. Too easy. I mean, really just too simple, folks. I'm just kind of moving at top speeds. As you can see, I'm not really getting staggered by these explosions. I'm kind of free to actually, like, run around inside the bubble. Kind of fun, folks. I'm going to be honest. I'm having a good time. Ability range and ability strength have doubled. Oh my god. Let's see the numbers. 245% damage buff. Holy shit. That is insane. I am getting staggered now. That's kind of funny. I guess now it's catching up to me. This is kind of a bad spot to be in. Let's get out of that spot for now. Let's get in more of an open area. I feel like maybe I should put dispensary like higher in the air so I see where the energy falls down from. My cat is dead. I'm going to actually come to this middle area now that the enemies are actually coming in here, because it's going to be a little bit better for me. I have 18 seconds on roar, so I think I should be okay. You're seeing the gameplay though, folks. You're seeing it. It's taking like a clip to deal any kind of damage to an Eximus. So it's like, yeah, you're kind of understanding. It's like, I have 245% strength, and it's like, yeah, the Eximus is taking a couple shots to die. Like, it's kind of, it's like, ah, it's such a cool weapon. It's so fun to use. It's so crazy and bonkers, and you're like, yes, give me more. But then it's like, oh, I want to get one more 245. There we go. We're gonna get this going. We're gonna get some this going, and you're seeing it. Like, I've got a ton of shields. I've got 2,700 shields when I have the buff going. And that's the thing, is it's like you kind of don't need to stack max shields because you're getting such a huge shield regen buff, so it's kind of more just about running around, keeping your shit active. It's Violence. Oh, that's a good one. Violence is definitely one that I'm just going to kill with the Falcor, so absolutely keep that in mind. Shoot him. Get him all stat procced up. There's fire. Fire and gas only? Oh, that's interesting. Well, he's down. Doesn't matter. He's done for. I can easily cast Roar now. Let's do that. Let's get Dispensary going. And, of course, some more grenade fans. That was an instant nuke to my shields, but thank God for the shield gate. I'm definitely lagging my computer now at this point, so that's pretty good to see. Alright, too easy. Let's do it. Come up here. Yeah, we're at 42%, so you can see it's like as we go down the list, like it's already starting to suffer a little bit. Oh, that's not a fun time. Let's just use this to just deal with that. There we go. Too easy. Oh, goodness. We're going to hit this to keep ourselves alive. And yeah, let's just keep on moving. You're seeing the grenade fan stops keeping up after a while. But we're still doing okay. I'll get one more roar buff, and then we're out of here, folks. I'm going to stop staggering myself if I could. There's the roar buff. Let's get Dispensary. So yeah, it's just you're getting infinite energy. Like, you're getting so much energy from the Tau Forged Yellow Shard. And it does kind of need to be Tau Forged, because that's what's going to give you that big bonus. Oh, and we do get a Forma. Gotta love it. Good vibes all around. Yeah, that was number 4 on the list. That was Cyanex. Let's do number 5. We're cruising, folks. I'm easily gonna get through Kompressa, Aegrit, and maybe Tenet Plinx. Tenet Plinx is a fun one. Tenet Plinx we are gonna struggle a lot with, though. Tenet Plinx is not one that I can just use with Protea and actually survive. So we might have to figure out a different strategy. So keep that in mind, folks. But yeah, Protea with the deluxe skin just looks so sick, so good. I love it. It's just the best. Oh my god, I mean, I can't get enough of it. I'm just cruising on through, but yeah, I mean, what's not to love, folks? It's just so much fun. I mean, she's got some crazy buffs, like some absolutely juicy, like really fun buffs. But yeah, that's a Forma, that's 5 Steel Essence, really good. And yeah, Omnia Fissures are starting to become like my new favorite. Like, oh, I'm done. I don't need to worry about pistols anymore. Oh, I can just do a bunch of Omnia Fissures. That's about where I'm at. I'm going to get some water. We are at number 5 on the list. Up next is Zakti Prime. That's a very fun one. Oh, you know what I can do? Q and then Arsenal. Look at that, folks. Look how cool that is. Saddle up. There you go, folks. Look how easy that is. They're right next to each other. 23 minutes left. Oh, is that how long we're going then? We're going until we can't do Conjunction Survival Omnia anymore. So you guys are going to get an hour and 20 long. Protea Prime worth it or no? I mean, what I would say is you're going to end up getting her eventually, but no, you can survive with normal Protea. Her Prime gives her more energy max, and that's about it. So it's like you can survive without Protea Prime. Like, you can still do fine. Zakti is the only difference. Let's do it. We have Detective Inactivity. Complete verification to continue your current live. What the hell is going on, TikTok? I swear to God with this app. I swear to God. Go to Live Studio. What the hell is going on, TikTok? Oh my God. Jesus. Shout out Avilardo Yara for following. More energy is crazy when you don't need it because you have infinite amount. Yeah, true. No, but it is nice. Like, it does mean that you can literally just spam Blaze Artillery forever. But yeah, no, Archon Way literally hit the nail on the head. You do just have infinite energy. Like, it's just crazy. It's just way too good. All right, here we go. I know how to play this game. I need to also just not use the Zakti on 2 enemies. That's going to be kind of a waste. So let's do this. Let's go in like that. Okay, here we go. Do that. Yeah, I mean, shout out TikTok for always fucking with me. Till the day I die, TikTok will be up my ass. Like, I can't with TikTok. Like, they do me so dirty. Same spawn as last time. Pretty juicy. What I am going to do is immediately drop down my grenade fan. And there you go. Here's what we're talking about. There's a big group of enemies. And I'm just going to I'm going to dump a mag. So I always dump an entire mag and that's it. Maybe you should have swapped their places. Maybe. You know, in the test, I might be thinking that Zakti and Cyanex should be swapped, but you know, they've got the vibes. They've got similar vibes, so shout out to both of them. They are incredible. I'm gonna put my dispensary right here actually. And then we're gonna get one more grenade fan, and then that's gonna be enough for some fun gameplay with Roar, and we're gonna see some actual goofy numbers now. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh my god. So it's like a gas cloud. So it's not like a single damage tick. It's like multiple damage ticks. Oh my god. Or is that just the toxin proc from the gas cloud? Folks, tell me how long I've played the game and I don't know what gas damage does. As always, feel free, drop it in the comments. I deserve it, as always. Let's drop this. Let's drop our dispensary. So we're going to try and keep them on this side of the wall. Actually, I think we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, look at this with the blocking. Insanely savage. Look at these numbers, folks. It's just dumb as fuck. Like, I feel stupid, but it's insane. Primary weapon has increased damage and unlimited ammo. Well, get fucked me, I guess. That's just where we're at now in this game. Moving at top speeds, as always. Oh, I wanted to say, folks, an hour into the stream, I just started watching Bleach. Yeah, I just started watching Bleach. I'm like 20 episodes in. I'm kind of hooked. I'm kind of loving it. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it. It's very like 90s. Like, it's very like 90s 2000. It's kind of fun to watch, but yeah, it reminds me, it has that like weird like Gintama feel where it does the, you know, Gintama obviously a classic staple of the anime lexicon, but yeah, it's still insanely, I like it. It's cool. It's got that weird unique power system. Obviously Ichigo, I like what they do with Ichigo, that they're like, Ichigo, you're the GOAT from the very beginning. You're always destined to be the GOAT. You're a normal human, but you just got the sauce, you got the Riz. And it's like, folks, it's way too good. It's pretty fun. Like, I'm having a great time with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. You know what I mean? Anyway, we've got 3 seconds on Roar. Oh, keep moving. Normal flow and equilibrium, and I have never ran out as long as I use for third with extra 100% strength. Oh, true. I'm going in with Roar. I'm going in with this. Yeah, dude, all I did is I put the Tau Forged Yellow Shard, and then I just have a fuck ton. I have so much. Like, I'm also just, the floor is just covered with energy orbs. Like, always covered with energy orbs. It's so good. So funny. And then if I'm scared, I just look at this dude and I click him, and then he dies. Yeah, look at this. What is this? 130 fire procs. Yeah, but it's an Ars Maximus, so it will suffer a little bit. I'm going to drop... Oh, Jesus Christ. My cat is down. I'm going to drop this. I'm going to drop this. We can revive him, I guess. We're at 20% life support with 3 minutes. So yeah, you're seeing it. Like, Zakti definitely sometimes sometimes not super great, but there's a lot of missions that I play where it's like, yeah, you don't need KPS. Like, right now, one of the most classic missions that I'm playing is just doing exterminates on the Entrati Labs. Because you go for the Voca, and then you just cruise on through. It's just so much fun. Oh, I'm going to die. I need to do Roar, and then I need to do Grenade Fan right after. And how about I do another Grenade Fan? There we go. Too easy. And then now I just run on through. Yeah, we're going to get Arcane Aegis plus Grenade Fan is just fucking crazy. Because it is, yeah, like, that's how much shield regen you need. Pardon my voice crack, as always. Come in like that. Yeah, why don't we get a giant Grenade Fan? Why don't we just do something stupid? Look at it fucking deleting my shields. Just, oh my god. Kill it. Kill it already. There you go, dead. Okay, cool. Alright, very good. Now, let's see how it does against the Acolyte. Okay, Dees. Not terrible, but obviously you know what I'm talking about. We'll come in here. I just need one good shot. There you go. There's a good hit. There's another good hit. Super juicy. Super juicy. Sorry again, folks. Sometimes it just comes out. We're at 5 minutes, so we're gonna get the fuck up out of this bitch. We are at, what time is it? It is what, 8:09? Oh, we're gonna die. I have not kept any of my abilities active, and we get a Revenant Prime Neuroptics. Pretty savage. But yeah, folks, I mean, that's what we're talking about. Like, we've got a lot in store. So big thing to note, like I said before, I'm at 495 subscribers on YouTube. So right now, the goal, I can smell it. And that's partner. That's level 1 partner. And with level 1 partner, I can look at getting channel memberships to go along with the TikTok subscriptions that I already have access to. And both of those are going to be priced at $5 a month. Of course, TikTok, you can also send galaxies. So I'm going to figure out some way to integrate that. But yeah, the main thing is, like, there's going to be new stuff coming in the Discord. I'm planning on putting together, like, immediately as soon as I hit 500, we're going to do some stuff with the Discord. I want to get some raffles set up where I can come up with some weird shit. Oh, I did want to say, DKCon3 said the gun. This is the Zakti Prime. I did not mention that. I don't know when you sent that, but yeah, this is the Zakti Prime. It's pretty classic. Gas AoE, very fun. Big damage, kind of crazy. Oh, that's number 5 on the list. Zakti. Here we go. More. We got to do more gameplay. Here we go. So Zakti is number 5. Let's talk about number 6 on the list. Kompressa. Here we go. Nice and easy. Come on through. Do this. Yep. Everything's normal. Let's do it. All right. We're almost out of here, folks. How much time do we have left on this? Wait, how much time does it say? 13 minutes. Okay. We probably have time for 2 more. Okay. And we're doing this one for Forma. Too easy. All right. Let's go. Kompressa. And that's it. So Kompressa number 6 on the list. Let's do it. Suggestions for Steel Path. I think you need to pick a couple weapons. Hopefully you get a Riven for one of them. I would say you could look at my meta primary build or my meta primary tier list. But there's pick a weapon that you think can carry you through the gameplay. So spend a lot of time. I mean, there's a couple great choices, but you're going to want something that has probably crit. You're going to want something with an AoE. I suggest you get better. Lol. Shout out Arconway for trolling in the live chat. I mean, as always, just gremlin moments. But yeah, I mean, like, most people can't have every Warframe. Most people can't have every weapon. So play a lot of weapons. You know, look up some videos. You know, I would always suggest for you to watch my videos, but that's because I'm a bastard about that shit. But yeah, go watch a video. You know, get yourself started. Obviously, there's a few things that are easy to understand. A lot of Incarnate weapons are very strong. You won't have access to them until you complete the Steel Path. Or you won't do them until you're ready for the Steel Path. You won't get them. You know, there's like some prime weapons that are really strong. There's some kit guns that are really strong. But yeah, there's a lot of different weapons that you can get that, as long as you have that, most Warframes will do pretty much fine. You'll be able to survive with most Warframes. And then from there, it's just you pick a Warframe that you love their kit. You get access to helmets. You can make that Warframe perfect. You can change it to be exactly how you want, exactly your playstyle. And that's the important part. Get Accelerator Prime or Kuva for easy, good weapon. Using Naros or Protea. Anything that can live. There you go. Arconway nailed it. Yeah. Kuva is my number 1 primary, number 1 meta primary. I think Accelerator Prime I ranked like maybe in the top 10 for meta primaries. So still one of the strongest primaries in the game, but definitely not on the level of the Kuva. Let's not be a fucking idiot about this. And we get a shit spawn, but we get the good doorway for it. So we're going to come over here. We're going to get growing power, and then we're going to put this in the doorway, this in the doorway, and then we're going to get roar going in the doorway. And now we can use the Kompressa for real. And this is what we're talking about, folks. We're going to aim a little bit down, and we're just going to spray from left to right. I can't even see what that says. Primary weapon has increased ammo, or increased damage, and infinite fire, or infinite ammo. Jesus Christ, I can't talk now. Hit that. This is gonna be insane. I guarantee you the other life support is in that other room, so most of the enemies are gonna come from that direction. So we're just gonna stand in this hallway. This is the ins and outs of doing the survival. It's a lot of it is just about understanding where enemies spawn from and being able to take advantage of where they're gonna spawn from and how quickly they're gonna spawn. So having a beefy PC is really nice, dude. I mean, speaking of beefy PC, oh, shout out Casey Whitlock. Oh, that was Casey Whitlock that said that. Oh wait, no, Casey Whitlock said something else. Sevagoth is the way. Shout out, yeah, Sevagoth is insanely strong. Having access to an alternate form that prevents death is like really strong. Also, he prevents death, but yeah, no, Sevagoth is a great choice. I would say also, what else are you guys saying? I mean, if you subsume, yeah, you could do a lot with Sevagoth. I mean, Sevagoth is one of those things where it's like I have so much fun with Sevagoth. But yeah, I would say that's a pretty good choice. Casey is saying use Accelerator Prime and Soma Prime with the Incarnate. Always looking for more options though. Shout out Casey Whitlock for following. Shout out Stephen Newell. I think that's Stephen Newell. I can read that. I'm a pro at this, folks. I've been at this long enough. I'm a pro. I need to not stagger myself, but I am a gamer to the max, as always. But yeah, I'm getting orange crits. I'm getting orange crits with Crit Cat, with a weapon that has no crit stats. So if that is not fucking hilarious, goofy gameplay, then I don't know what is. So shout out Kompressa when used with Protea Prime. Gotta love that all I ever want is to buff my weapons. That's all I ever care about, is just, I want whatever pistol and melee weapon that I'm using to just be like ungodly strong. I want to have as many buff frames as I do CC frames. Like for every grouping frame, I want to have a buff frame, so that at least like I know like, oh, I'm doing like an elite Archimedia with an assassination at the end. It's like, oh, even if I only have 10 seconds on my roar, I'll always have Arcane Avenger. And that also means that I'll have just fucking insane amounts of damage for 10 seconds. And that's the gameplay. If you're more of a always active player, use Mag. Dude, I love Mag. Mag is sick. I love spamming her abilities. They work so well. They are so much fun. I love Pull. Pull is fucking awesome. Pull is so good. As you can see, this dude needs a fucking Falcor right to the face. Jesus Christ, cringe. Oh my god. Hit this. Get this buff. While I still have Black and White Man, one more time, we're gonna get Roar. As you can see, I'm literally just raining death from above. I mean, is it not just the juiciest gameplay? They're so good. So simple, so easy. And it's 8:17, so we might have time for one more. We'll see. That'll probably be the last one. About an hour and 20 minutes. Not a crazy long stream, but I do want it to be a little bit more concise. I've been thinking, you know, when we do the normal streams, I kind of want them to be like 2 hours long. I want to do like a, you know, when we do more speedrunning the new war, I want that to be like 2 hours long. I want it to be beefy. I want you guys to settle in. We'll do gameplay for just straight 2 hours of gameplay, and we will figure out what we need to do. I've made a bunch of videos talking about what you need to farm to do the new war, and that's what we're doing, because that's the secret, folks. I was talking to my coworker Dane, you know, my friend Dane, and I was trying to explain like, what do you need for the steel path? Okay, what do you need to unlock? Because the steel path is a game changer. The steel path gets you access to a lot of stuff. Arbitrations gets you access to a lot of stuff. So getting the new war completed, completing the Zeramin is going to be really important. Completing Entrati Labs, I guess, as well is now also important. So definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, there you go, folks. Done with the mission. That is number 6 on the list, Kompressa. We should have time for one more, the Aegrit. That'll be a fun one. I'm going to be stacking a lot of damage. We've got 5 new followers on TikTok. Shout out TikTok, as always. But yeah, just keep on cruising, folks. So yeah, I mean, the other thing that I've been thinking about is on YouTube, I think I might start doing a Sunday stream. And that'll be something I'll have to get into, but I think that would be super fun. That's Kompressa. Let's do number 7 on the list, the Aegrit. I think we should have time for this last one, and then that'll be the last one we can do. Let's see. 6 minutes. Yeah, this is probably going to be the last one. Okay, so we've got the Aegrit. Let's do it. I'm excited. Let's go. It's exactly what you want to see. I want to say, I mean, shout out YouTube. I've been seeing, we've had some people who've just been chilling, hanging out in the YouTube chat. We're getting that average view duration going. I mean, you guys are great. I really appreciate it. So, I mean, that's the whole point. You set up the stream, you get going, and now we just have a fun time showing off some really awesome pistols. Some really weird, really fun,
honor them,
classic pistols. I mean, it's really nice that I can actually just use whatever I want, and I'm not super worried about the gameplay. Like, I can use whatever random pistol I want, and I'm not super scared about what type of mission I'm going into. But yeah, it's going to be super fun. It's going to be super duper fun. And that's the thing, it's like specific Warframes alongside specific pistols and specific primaries. Like, when you get a weird, like, that's the beauty of like the randomized usage list game mode. Excuse me, usage list game mode. I can't say that word. Whoop. There you go. When you randomize the gameplay like that, it's just way too easy. Like, you end up with these weird fucking combos. It's always exactly what you want. It's so much fun. Like, it's such a weird way to play, and I've already got a bunch of, like, I mentioned it in the Korra video, and I got a bunch of comments being like, I mean, they were like, some of them were pretty nice about it, but a lot of people were like, that's a really stupid way to play. Why would you play that way? Because you play that way, it makes your build, like, it makes your whole video really stupid. And I was like, I mean, you have a fair point, but isn't that the whole point? Is like, as long, like, I was like, oh, I should probably actually mention this more. Like, bring it up 2 or 3 times in the video. It's like, yeah, I play the game really weird, but if you are interested in playing this way, or this method of playing the game is cool, or it's a neat idea to you, then it's like, yeah, it's a cool idea. Like, breaking Warframes down into core parts that you can take advantage of in different ways, and you can combine with different pistols, different primaries in really unique ways. Like, I think that's really exciting, is, you know, being able to truly almost force yourself, like, instead of making the game hard by playing it, like doing a void cascade where you can't use every build and you're forced to use very specific weapons to actually play properly, you just do a normal survival. But in that normal survival, now you have access to a weird weapon. You're having a weird primary, one that you're not quite used to, but, you know, in the end, you still have to make it work. And so you end up with these weird weapon and Warframe combos. And then once you figure it out, it's like, it allows you to think about the game differently. It's super fun. What frame is this? Been a minute since I've been on. That's Mason asking that. This is Protea Prime. Her Prime just came out. She's insanely cool. So fun. I mean, it's exactly what you want to see. The basic gist is just like, Protea, oh, you want to use your weapons? Cool, do that. Oh, you want to use Blaze Artillery and literally like map wipe everything? Cool, do that. Like, Protea is like, oh, you want to buff your squad? Oh, cool, do that. Grenade fans, okay, cool. Dispensary, nice. Like, you're getting all these bonus buffs. You're getting so much stacked on top of each other. It's just really satisfying to use. Like, she's one of those frames where it's like, there are specific times where it's gonna be scary. Like, there are gonna be moments where you're gonna be like, oh shit moments, where you're like, oh my god, I need to spam my abilities more. But then as long as you do that, you'll be pretty much fine. So this is it, folks. I mean, this is the gameplay. This what we're really talking about, is just, this allows you to blow it up like crazy. Just really go wild. I think what I'm learning is I can only activate one bomb at a time, so I might just blow them up in the air. We're at 20% life support, so we are suffering a little bit, but yeah, we're further down in the list. I need to get Roar going, and then I'm going to snag those 2 life supports. But yeah, once I get Roar going, I should be able to clear out these guys pretty easily. So we're going to do this. We're going to get Dispensary. We're going to get this going. And this is probably a situation where I should just clear them out with this. But of course, folks, you're seeing it. The problem I always have is these goddamn Arson Eximus. They're just chilling. They're acting like a fool. I'm going to fail this if I don't activate this. So let's activate that real quick. Oh, not activating it. There you go. Alright, at 3% life support. Pretty good. Gotta love it. I'm going to kind of try and bring them back more over to the center. As you can see, Aegrit struggling a little bit. Method to get Protea without Grant and Void is fire. Oh yeah, true, dude. I feel it. Great way to describe that too. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Anyway, I love it, folks. It's so much fun. Let's drop Dispensary and then Roar and then drop Grenade Fan real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of just run around and spam Aegrit a little bit more. I'm getting staggered like crazy and it's really starting to piss me off, but for now, just keep moving. I'm just blown away how often that thing is getting activated. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fully charge this, and then if I see an Eximus, I'm going to shoot it. If I see an Eximus, I'm going to shoot it. There you go. Okay, and then I can swap back to the Aegrit. Okay, there we go, folks. That's how you play the game. I'm going to catch this going. My cat just loves to die. I'm having a wonderful time. We are definitely closing out the stream after this. I hope you enjoyed, folks. It's been a ride. It's been a great time. Obviously, I think the next time I stream, I should hopefully be at 300 or 500 subscribers. So I want to do something big for that. I want to do kind of a celebration. I've been thinking about coming up with something. I do get a forma right at the end. That's sick. But yeah, I mean, folks, you guys were awesome. So it was a great stream. We had 40 comments on TikTok, 190 total views, 5 new followers. So it was awesome. 1,400 likes right at the end. So really great. Shout out YouTube as well. We had 10 minutes of average view duration. So that is just awesome. 14 total views. And then we got 3 concurrent viewers right at the end. So shout out my 3 viewers right at the end of the YouTube video. Always good to see you. So yeah, what's next on the channel, folks, for all the people that are sticking around towards the end? I mean, basically we're talking about somewhat shorter videos. The next couple tier lists are going to be shorter. And once I hit that 4,000 watch hours, I'm pretty much just going to do more interactive content. So we're going to do those monthly Discord videos. Shout out Mason for following. So we're going to do these monthly Discord videos. So I'm going to put out basically a question or a topic once a month for all of my Discord. Oh, I didn't kill the whatever. He didn't spawn. Whatever. We're out of here. So I'm going to put out a topic. I want to, we're going to send some builds into the build chat. I'm going to put together some nice little graphics. It's going to have your Discord profile. It's going to have your Warframe profile. It's going to have some gameplay footage if you want to share that. Otherwise, it's just going to be some builds. But it's basically just a way for you guys to get involved. And the whole point with, when I get comments in my videos, it's like, dude, put your build in the comments so that if someone is interested in this frame and they're curious about how I play and they want to see how other people play, then they can go to your comment and read it. And it's the first thing there. So all they do is they click into the comments and they see, boom, here's a big block of text. That's a build. Anytime you see a big block of text, it's like, I want that to be a build so that you guys just see like, oh, here's another way to play Protea. Here's another way to play Korra. Oh, you think that getting rid of Strangledome is a bad build? Well, it's a good thing I mentioned that in the video, but it's also a good thing that someone mentioned it again as a comment that doing Strangledome plus the Whipclaw is better and will scale better. But, my whole thing is I'm going to follow that up by being like, hey, I've been in way too many public missions where somebody has a Strangledome and doesn't have a way of killing the enemies in the Strangledome, and we're all fucking sitting around like idiots with our thumbs up our asses trying to kill like 2 enemies in the Strangledome. And I've had so many moments where I'm like, I hate this. So obviously, if you're interested and you watch one of my videos, go to the comments, see what other people are saying. It's really awesome. YouTube looks 6. I'm going to go look through these builds after stream. Good luck. Shout out Mason. Yeah, that's all I got for you, folks. I hope you enjoyed. I'm done. I'm out of here. I got to kill it. That was great. We did 6 Warframe, 6 weapons. Hope you find your audience. Should give me 50 plat, kind sir. Yeah, if you win the raffle, you will. Shout out, folks. I'm out of here. YouTube, you guys were great. As always, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment what you thought. Anyway, I'm out of here, folks. Take care.